So after scaring the crap out of millions of people, what has Hawaii chosen to do? Sue the FCC to block the rollback of net neutrality. Hawaii Attorney General Doug Chin said in his statement, big business must not be deciding what people in Hawaii can access on the internet. I don't know, Mr. Chin. Something tells me big business wouldn't have placed an incoming missile notification next to the friggin' light switch. And they wouldn't reassign just one worker. They'd reassign the entire staff to Siberia. But such are liberal priorities. It's not Saturday's catastrophe, but the speed at which citizens can get their cat videos. My theory, the Democrats have fallen in love with resisting Trump so much that they've forgotten that they're supposed to be working to make lives better, not worse. Let's review what else gets Democrats' attention. As the rest of us focus on cop killers, they hold us hostage over DACA. And while the economy charges ahead, they normalize socialism. And while they give citizens heart attacks, they go after the FCC. Yeah, did you hear about Sean Shields? He's a dad who nearly died from a massive coronary in Hawaii during that false alarm while he was talking to his kids. I'm sure he's thrilled Hawaii is going after the FCC in court. After that, they can talk to his lawyers, too. Hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Greg.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Just having a casual conversation here. This guy has a, he can sue Hawaii, right?
Well, there's people have been talking about that and asking about it, on the internet, saying, is this something that they could have some legal responsibility, some kind of, penalty, fines, etc. He could bring some suit, or would they perhaps settle it with him? I think it might be tough, to do, but, obviously he can say it was caused, there was approximate causation, but then is he going to sue the city? Is he going to sue the state? He's going to try to sue the person that was working for him. He can sue Kim Jong-un. Is he going to try to sue President Trump if he watches CNN? It gets complicated. Yeah. So, obviously everybody feels so sorry for him because it's a horrible thing to have happened. It just goes to show the seriousness of the situation when something like this happens has, far-reaching and delicate, implications.
Jesse, this is really about priorities, skewed priorities.
It is. But Hawaii, I'm going to give it a pass because it's heaven on earth. They can afford a few strikes against them. I know. If it's not the false alarm, it's judges slapping down Trump initiatives. Yeah. Huge prostitution, a homeless problem in Hawaii. But that's fine. They're going to go tackle the wrong issues. Liberals do it all the time. They put refugees ahead of coal miners. They're trying to shut down the government over illegal aliens. Right. They always side with Black Lives Matter over police officers. That's fine. That's how they continue to lose elections. Yeah.
Well, I saw you, surprised, roll your eyes at Jesse. But this story,
like a slot machine.
I will actually,
never before.
Implicate the media in this. The Hawaii story, in my opinion, is a bit like the Vegas story, in that if there is no new news or spin or visuals, we treat it as over and we move on. I would say that everybody's guilty of doing the same thing.
Sure, but you think that
we should stick on this.
You should stick on this
until we find out what's changed and what can be done.
But I think there are congressional hearings that are going to be held on that.
That's not enough.
Not enough. You want want the hammer to come down.
I want the hammer to come down.
But you know what? I mean, it's interesting. I take something different away from this whole thing, which was there was no chaos, there was no breakdown in social order. In Hawaii, and this guy is the one person who said he had a health issue out of it. I don't think there were any deaths reported, but the key issue for me is, you look at something like this and you see that so many messages were sent by people that were legitimately frightened, thought their lives might be coming, and they sent messages that are quite touching to loved ones, but I don't want to overdraw the picture on one guy who said he had a heart. I don't know.
Well, what's the purpose of having this warning, right? Because it clearly could be a threat to Hawaii. There's a reason why they have the button to push saying there's a ballistic missile incoming. My issue is not only just there's no accountability for the guy who sent this out and then it took 40 minutes for them to rescind it. The other thing is if you look at the fallout of this, people didn't know what to do. There were no shelters to go to. Right. People were putting their kids in storm drains. So if there's going to be this option in the emergency response system of a ballistic missile warning, people should probably know how to react to that. And it was very clear that nobody knew where to go or what to do in that situation. And that, I think, is the bigger issue, considering we do live in a world where this maybe could happen in the future.
Because, and then they went online, Katie, and because net neutrality had been thwarted, they couldn't get the content.
They couldn't order
the direction.
So it's Trump's fault.
We have to look and check out if the parents remember to get their children back from the storm drains.
Yeah. Like, Mom, help me.
Mom, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Well, just a minute.